How to be more diligent. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 keys on how you can use diligence to unlock unlimited potential in your life. Now, before we get into these 5 keys, let's get into the why behind diligence. What is it that makes diligence such an important thing for us to master as human beings? Well, I'm so glad you asked, because if you're a Bible follower like I am, I've got some awesome scriptures for you to check out. Let's kick it off with Proverbs 21 verse 5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Proverbs 14 verse 23. In all labor there is profit, but mere talk only leads to poverty. Galatians 6:9. Let us not lose heart in doing good, for in due time we will reap if we do not grow weary. Now, the first key to walking in abundance and diligence in your life is going to be having a clear vision. In Habakkuk chapter 2, it talks about writing the vision down, making it plain on tablets, so that way whoever reads it may run with it. Let's face it, guys, you will never be able to focus on what you want in life if you first do not master the art of focus. Nobody can hit a fuzzy target. Actually, that reminds me, in the Middle Ages, they actually refer to missing the target as a term you and I like to call sin. And that's literally all it is. Not being able to focus on what you desire and what your vision is. Next, this is probably very obvious for some of you, but I have to remind myself of this all the time. And that is, give yourself a deadline. Make sure that you hold yourself accountable to a calendar, have a to-do list, set goals that are measurable and obtainable. Because if you just set something out there and say, hey, I'm gonna get this done at some point in time, whenever I feel like it, that is not exactly the best roadmap to success. So make sure you give yourself a time limit, because it's not about more time, it's about focused time and energy, which will help you get to where you want to be. Number 3, make sure that you are in community. No man or woman is an island. We need people to hold us accountable, people who are actually going to challenge us to be better. They say, and this is a common phrase, that you can measure somebody's success by the 5 closest friends that are in that person's circle. And actually, even if you want to focus it even more, you can measure how much money somebody is going to make based off of your 5 closest friends. So if you're around a bunch of broke, lazy people who have no ambition in their life, well, it's gonna have a strong indication of where you will be. Let me challenge you, my friend. Get into community with people who are going to believe in you and tell you the tough things when you need to hear them. You know, I know I'm that type of guy. I definitely need people who can hold me accountable, especially when I'm not feeling like it. And that's one of the reasons why I joined the National Guard. So I could actually be around people who would challenge me to grow and be better. Now for number 4, I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but maybe you started off the day late, you're overwhelmed with your to-do list of all the things that you gotta do, everything from studying to working full-time. Let's just face it, if you are a person who's got goals and ambitions, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. Number 4 is probably one of my favorite points, because it is the easiest way to get started. And that's exactly what it is. Start with the easiest task first to help create momentum for yourself. Maybe You can't make 100 phone calls in a day. But what you can do is you can at least start out with making 5 phone calls or even just 1. Get one thing done and do it well. There's a very famous speech, I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's a Navy SEAL admiral who basically says, if you want to change the world, make your bed. And there's a lot of truth in it, because what he's basically saying is, if you can learn to do the small things right first, then the big things will be easier, because you're building in those disciplines and you're building in that diligence to take on bigger tasks. As the Bible says, do not despise the day of small beginnings. And finally, my friend, I want to end with the most important thing, and that is attitude is everything. That's right. It doesn't matter how many goals you set, your deadlines, or how much accountability you have. If you do not believe in yourself, no one else is going to believe in you. No one else is going to actually challenge you to the level that you have the ability to challenge yourself. You have to believe that God's put you on this planet for such a time as this. I know it's difficult. I know there's times where it just feels overwhelming and there's nothing that seems like it's gonna work that's in sight. But let me tell you, my friend, I believe in you. I believe that you have been created for such a time as this, to impact and shift the world around you. And it starts with the simple things. It starts with first believing in yourself, believing that you have a purpose. And that is the most important of all the things when it comes to diligence. So my friend, make sure to apply these 5 key principles to your life, and let me know in the comments over the next 30, 60, 90 days. If there's more content you'd like me to share in regards to this topic, let me know, because I would love to connect with you. I'd love to talk more. With that being said, this is Jensen signing off.